Good YouTube, Quinn Wade. Coming to you with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. And we're going to talk about how them Suns, they got it done against the Pelicans. The Pelicans, they got 20 wins on the season, but they lost 118 to 116. They brought it like they really wanted this win. But they have 45 losses and they're 9 and 24 on the road. The Suns, they're 36 and 27, 21 and 13 at home. Phoenix did win the season series with this win 4-0 as they beat the Pelicans all four times they played against them this season. New Orleans, 29 to 26 in the first quarter, they won it, but they lost the second quarter 32 to 23 and the third quarter 34 to 29. But they picked the right time to try to turn it on. 35 to 26 in the fourth, but they didn't go hard enough to get the win. Phoenix was able to take their time. They was able to share the ball and keep it moving. And they was able to find shooters and finishers the whole entire game. And the Pelicans, they brought as much as they could have on both ends, but it just wasn't enough at the end of the day because they was trailing already. Then they had to put all of it in one basket. Came close, but not enough in this one. But all they starters did score in double figures in points. Herb Jones, a 14 for him in 31 minutes. He went 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. He did have 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, and a block. He also had 1 offensive rebound, 4 personal fouls, and was a -1 and plus minus. Good game. Herb Jones was getting to that basket too, so he showed you that he was able to make some counters and some adjustments, how they was defending and guarding him and his teammates, and it ended up working out for him. And then the defense was there too. Zion was held under 20. He had 34 minutes played and had 19 points. He went 6 of 13 from the field. He actually missed some easy shots in this one too. And then he went 7 to 9 from the free throw line. That's good for him. He had 10 boards. That's a double-double. 3 assists, 3 turnovers. He also had 7 offensive rebounds, 4 personal fouls, and was a +5. And plus minus. Trey Murphy, 41 minutes. That ended up being the most on the team. You know, he wants his threes, and he did go 4 of 9 from 3. But he did finish 6 of 17 from the field, and that's just been the problem a little bit with Trey Murphy is the threes is where he's money at, and you think because he's athletic and he has size that it'd be easier to do the other things. And it's just not the case right now, but he still is young and he's showing some growth. And you just want him to be able to do more things on the offensive end when it comes to scoring besides just launching threes most of the time. 6 of 7 from the free throw line, though, so he was able to get there. 2 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers, 2 steals, and a block. 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, and a +10. And plus minus. DeJounte Murray, 30 minutes, 15 points, 5 of 13 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. I mean, he's scoring at a decent level. Obviously, he didn't have the 3-point shot going tonight. But other than that, he's showing you that he's still good when it comes to the handle and it comes to the dribbling and getting past guys or getting open. He has been able to do those things. He had 8 rebounds and 5 assists, 3 turnovers, and 2 steals. And he almost fouled out of this one. Obviously, they have a bunch of guards and wings that you have to guard. And that's always on the move, even if they got to dribble past you. And he finished with 5 personal fouls. And he was a -1 and plus minus. Sadiq Bey, 34 minutes. He had 19 points. He went 5 of 12 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, and 8 of 8 from the free throw line. Scoring was good because he was able to attack the basket a lot and be physical. And the jump shot made him a little bit of a threat too. Although he did go 1 of 5 from 3, since you know he wants to shoot, he kind of have to guard him too, so he don't get too open and get hot or get comfortable with the way you're guarding them. So you do have to switch it up a little bit. 6 rebounds, no turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, and a +3 and plus minus. Carlo, 13 minutes, 9 points. 9 points was the most off the bench. And then he made every single shot that he took. He went 4 of 4 from the field, mainly scoring near the rim, but he did make a 3. He had 3 rebounds, 2 turnovers, and a steal. 2 offensive rebounds, 1 personal foul, and a -1 and plus minus. Derek Queen, 13 minutes, 4 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 3 turnovers, 1 offensive rebound. It was only 1 in a personal foul and was a -8 and plus minus. He ended up playing some real bad defense later in the game and even in some critical possessions. Uh, he was where he needed to be at most of the time, but he didn't really do much offensively. 16 minutes, 4 points, 2 or 3 from the field, 8 rebounds. That was the most off the bench. And he did have one turnover, 2 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, and a -8 and plus minus. And then Bryce McGowan's 13 minutes, 2 points. He missed his only three, which was his only shot besides going 2 or 2 from the free throw line. He had 2 rebounds, no turnovers, 1 personal foul, and it was a -7 and plus minus. And then Jeremiah Fears, he played 15 minutes. He had 8 points. He went 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from three, 3 or 4 from the free throw line. He had 1 assist, 1 turnover, and a personal foul, and was a -2 and plus minus. Didn't take a lot of shots. Didn't have the ball in his hands a lot either, but 8 points is still a good amount considering that. And then you look at the Phoenix Suns. They spread the floor out and got a nice rim running big in the paint. No Marvin in this one. No Mark Williams in this one. So they went with Iguodala and those guys. And Malawatch played too, and it ended up working because they was able to protect the rim enough. They was able to rebound just as good as the Pelicans, and they still was able to get the looks that they was trying to generate throughout the game. Every starter though for them scored in double figures as well. Royce O'Neal had 11 points in 31 minutes. He just kept getting open, and you know what he's trying to do. You know what he wants to do. He's just so good at it that it just works anyway. 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 8 from three, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, no turnover, 3 personal fouls, and a -7 and plus minus. Also Iguodala, 27 minutes, 13 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 offensive rebound, 6 personal fouls, and a +2 and plus minus. Good scoring for Bill. He did a good job of knowing where to be at on the court and how to use that to his advantage. And his teammates did a good job of finding him. And then he tried to make some good plays on the defensive end, and it worked sometimes, and sometimes it didn't. Devin Booker, 35 minutes. He really led the right way. 32 points. He was 10 of 21 from the field. 5 of 12 from three. They kept giving him those looks, and it's like, we rather you take the three than drive or stop and pop that mid range. And he did a little bit of that anyway, but he also got to the free throw line because of that. He kind of confuses you with what you think he wants to do, but since he knows what he's trying to do, you don't, puts you in a tough situation. But that's what the good scorers do. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 turnovers, 12 steals, 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, and a +1 and plus minus. Colin Gillespie, 32 minutes, 12 points, 4 of 12 from the field, 4 of 11 from three, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 5 offensive boards, 2 personal fouls, and a -9 and plus minus. He kept getting good open looks. Missed a lot of them too, but at least he was able to hit some and still be a threat out there. And then he used that to pass and find his teammates for good looks too. And then Jalen Green, he finally had a better game efficiency-wise. Still took some weird and some tough shots. 31 minutes, 25 points, 8 of 17 from the field, 3 of 9 from three, 6 of 7 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, and a +3 and plus minus. Haywood Highsmith, he didn't score a basket, and he didn't do anything because he didn't play nothing but a couple seconds, but he was a +2 and plus minus. Ryan Dunn, he made a three, missed the rest, and he also went 0-2 from the free throw line. He had 3 points in 13 minutes. He had 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 personal fouls, and a +9 and plus minus. Bashir Flemings, 14 minutes, 6 points, 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 4 from three, 5 rebounds, and it ended up being the most off the bench. 1 turnover, 2 offensive board, 1 personal foul, and a 0 and plus minus. Malawatch, 20 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 3 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and a +4 and plus minus. And then Grayson Allen, he had good looks. He couldn't make them really that much in this one either. Still finished with 12 points in 29 minutes because he went 4 of 10 from the field. And 2 of 8 from three and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 2 boards, 8 assists. The 8 assists ended up being the most on the team. And that's kind of funny, but they use him so much and they put the ball in his hands so much that he should be able to score and make a play. And he did, even on the defensive end, because he had 4 steals and a turnover, 1 offensive board, 2 personal fouls, and a +1 and plus minus. Amir Coffey, 7 minutes. He went 0-2 from three. That was his only shots. and he missed both. Like I said before, 2 boards, no turnovers, 1 personal foul, and a +4 and plus minus. And then you look at the Suns, 90 free field goals taken, 44% there. 83 for the Pelicans, they shot 45%, which is good. But 34% from three for the Suns, they shot 58 of them. And then the Pelicans, that we ain't gonna shoot that many threes, but they still shot better than the Suns with 36% because they ended up, saying we don't really need that. And it gave them a chance to win this game and kept them in it. And then 37 free throws for the Pelicans. That's where their money was at. 86% for them. And then the Suns, they shot 26, which is 11 worse than the Pelicans, but they also shot 69%. So when they was getting there, they really wasn't making them too much. 41 rebounds for the Suns, 42 for the Pelicans, 27 assists for the Suns, 18 for the Pelicans, 12 turnovers for the Suns, 14 for the Pelicans, and then 9 steals for the Suns, 8 for the Pelicans, 6 blocks for the Suns, 3 for the Pelicans, 15 offensive rebounds for the Suns, 16 for the Pelicans. Both teams had 26 defensive rebounds, 23 personal fouls for the Suns, 24 for the Pelicans. And although it was a good game, some things were just going fast, and I feel like the Suns were just taking their time more, being more under control, being more mature with what they was trying to accomplish on both ends of the court. And they let a lot of things happen, but they also made things happen too. I feel like the Pelicans was getting there, but I feel like the Suns was doing that the entire game, and that was their advantage, using their veteranship, using their understanding of where to be at and what to do in situations, allowed them to just make those play more naturally. And I feel like the Pelicans were just trying to create something and come up with something sometimes and see if it worked or see if it was going to happen positively for them. And it just wasn't enough compared to a Suns team that knew what they were supposed to be doing basically every possession, even on the defensive end. Good communication, good understanding, good court awareness, and just good IQ by a lot of their leaders. And it helped them get another win that they needed. Obviously, they're trying to see if they can move up into that playoff spot, or if they got to stay in the play-in, they still got to hold it down enough to still have it. And then obviously you rather have the 7th than the 8th. At the end of the day, you in the West is going to be tough and difficult anyway, and none of the teams at the top are in a good order either, because they can be moved up or down too. So you just try to play the best you can and just live with the result and see where you end up at by the end of the season. But you can control how good you can play, and your teammates can too. And I feel like they did a good job of, figuring out what they needed to do when it mattered the most, and that helped them get the win in this one. Comment, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.